as always, with nature's blessings. Tonight we are going to start the pitch perfect session of the day. As you know, myself, Desika Prabhakar, founder and director of the Purpose Foundation, and we have our darling COO Lakshmi here of the Purpose Foundation, who is going to give the introduction of our first speaker of the day. We have three amazing speakers who are going to be joining us, each one from a different part of India. At South India, North India, all you are going to have a mix. So we are going to have an amazing speaker today, and let's hear the introduction from Lakshmi. So Lakshmi, please go ahead to read the lovely introduction for all of us.
Sure. Good evening, guys. It's wonderful to have you all here back for today's very engaging session on Pitch Perfect. So let's give a warm welcome to our esteemed speakers, Mr. Premananth, who is a visionary social entrepreneur who's very passionate about empowering early stage startups to thrive in the competitive startup ecosystem. So with over a decade of experience in venture building, he has guided more than 200 plus startups, and with 30 of them collectively raising about $10 million, leading to successful acquisitions. And as a founder and a CEO of Start Insights, he has built a dedicated team helping startups to connect with the right investors. And he also helps with simplifying the complexities with the fundraising, like how to provide solutions based on market sizing, pitch deck creations, financial projections, startup valuation, and investor profiling, all these together. So under his leadership, he has facilitated over $12 million, especially in early stage fundraising alone, supporting startups in scaling move faster and in a smarter way. So in this session, like how to pitch, definitely the speaker will promise to equip us with, providing actionable strategies to craft all the compiling pitches and how to attract with investors in a confident way. So we're very glad to have him over this evening. So welcoming you all. Thank you.
Awesome. That was a very, very awesome introduction. So as you know, guys, we are going to hear from one of the, most positive, energetic mind you will see on LinkedIn. The posts are like continuous. You will see how they engage, how they help build the ecosystem, so many events and so many aspects in which they help you to get the right investment that your startup needs. So guys, let's give it up for our lovely speaker, Prem from Start Insights. So welcome. We had an amazing introduction and we've seen all your amazing posts on LinkedIn. So give it up for all that level of ecosystem building, engagement and investment support that you're giving to so much of startups to enable so much of innovations. Thank you so much for making that time. We are super happy and thrilled to have you. I think you are from the same place as our COO Lakshmi as well, from Salem. I think so. You're from, so we are very connected now to you. We are very, very, thrilled to see the level of support that you're doing, especially LinkedIn as such. So I've also, I'm going to request our students to maybe connect with you. Most of them are already registering their startups. So it's going to be great to get your, help. So let me give you maybe a quick background before we go into your session. So today we have with us the first batch of the Purpose Foundation, our NGO's first batch of students, the top 100 teams. So we conducted a hackathon on June. We've shortlisted from 8,500 applications that we got to top 100 teams all across India. They are from all across India, from different states, north, south, everything mixed up, even east, west, all directions we have students. So now the top 100 teams, since some of them are having exams, most of them have tried to join individually from their teams. We are going to have a finale next week, the final finale of our hackathon. So over the past 6 months, we have given them training, specific mentorship, domain-specific sessions. All of this has been done to fine-tune their ideas so that they can bring it to a minimum viable prototype stage. And most of them are also in the process of registering their startups as well. So now in the finale, top 10 teams are going to be pitching to investors, seed, pre-seed investors. So this 12th of December, they're going to be pitching in front of investors. And who better to help them pitch than an expert such as yourself? And we have two other speakers also simultaneously going to be joining us today. So we thought please, if you can share your inputs, how they can pitch better and pitch perfect. That's what today's session is going to be about. So with that, over to you. Please take the floor.
Yeah. Thank you, Dashika, for giving me the warm introduction. And Abul Lakshmi. Sorry, I couldn't able to pronounce your name properly. sorry for that actually. So such as amazing to see this to this kind of engagement, and of course you'll be doing first, especially students, right? That amaze me, right? So, and we are the guys when we do in terms of investment readiness for startups, and you people doing for students itself. Like it's kudos to see this. And of course and what you're doing is like it's amazing, right? So, and of course and extremely sorry, நான் உங்களுக்கு ஒரு கால் கூட பண்ண முடியாம just join பண்ணிட்டேன். I'm extremely sorry for
no problem, you are most welcome.
Yeah, I'm a bit engaged in terms of this D2C event and the trip I usually go, right? So yeah, pretty much well. So can we jump into the session directly? Yeah.
Yes, please go ahead. Yeah.
Is this session is recorded?
Yes, we are recording it. Yes.
Yeah, okay, fine. Definitely. So right now, and of course, you'll be doing it a pitch deck, and of course at any cost. But right now, I'm going to start with some few basic questions after the introduction of Start Insight. So we pretty much do end-to-end fundraising advisory for startups. Accumulatively, we have helped more than 300 plus startups. This is a bit old data, but we have helped more than 300 plus startups in the past. Accumulatively, they have raised $12 million, nearly 80 to 100 crores of money. We predominantly act as a catalyst. We help them in terms of helping creating pitch deck, projections, setting the company valuations down. We'll also help how you can reach out to investors, right? So these two things are headaches for startups at any cost, right? So as you know, the fundraising is a bit hard thing, as it's a time intensive process. The startup founders are struggling to create these kind of investment ready documents in terms of pitching, projections, setting the company valuations, doing the negotiation, everything, right? So it's just a completely bit time intensive, I would say that. But also it's just a complete mess for any first time founder to do that, right? We take care of that head pain. So, and after that, once you completed that in terms of these investment ready documents, and another adventure is waiting for you, and you need to go through who are that in terms of investors are ready to invest your company. You need to search that, and once you search that, you need to pitch it to them, and once you pitch it to them, then they'll set a next meeting and follow-up meeting. It takes a lot of time in terms of to get that pre-seed money wired in your bank account, right? So it takes a lot of time, and most of the startup founders are reaching out to me. They couldn't able to get awareness about when to raise, how much to dilute. This is a pretty much hard thing, right? And of course, you create a company, you do a business, and you create a company and you do business, you hire a people, lot of things, right? So but the thing is, how much equity, like how much portion of your company you can give to the investor? That's a $1 million question right now. And these are the insights. We are not saying it. These are completely struggles faced by the founders, especially first time and second time founders. So according to Forbes, they are saying like this, right? Sorry for that. Right. So when it comes to this, so we are the guys when we take care of the end-to-end data room services, reaching out to investors, right? So right. So I want to start with this question. So what is startup? Right. So be like just consider me as your brother or the friend next to your door. Okay. So don't consider me as a speaker and blah 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 everything. So just consider you as a brother and just answer this question. So before getting the presentation stuff, pitch deck, everything, investor meetings, right? So I don't want to get into that. First of all, I want to understand your perspective. What is startup? Quick. Okay. So what is startup?
Guys, whatever you feel like, you can unmute or you can put it in the comments. Just whatever you feel like, please engage as much as you can. It's a good opportunity. So please go ahead.
If anyone writes first answer, like Jessica will write a 1 million check. Okay. A venture to solve a real life problem. Okay. So it's a real life problem. We are not okay implementing an idea. And that's just you're saying it right. So you're implementing an idea. I'm asking what is startup? Venture to solve a real life problem. There are a lot of real life problem to solve. Is that a startup? It's my question. So businesses, and of course, I'm talking about venture scalability. Businesses, 100 reasons to make your life hell. Yes,
That is our next speaker, actually.
yes, not
That's our
100. There
next.
are multiple reasons to make your life hell. So right, so we eat. But as entrepreneurs, morning it's just a breakfast for us. So we eat problems. So something which man making by money solving. Yes, of course, is one such element. Yes, and of course, it's very easy to understand. See, startup is something is equal to high growth business model you're talking about. And if you're a aspiring startup founder, do think about traditional business model, right? So if you want to start a teacup, tea stall businesses, within 10 minutes, you can start 10,000 tea business stall, right? You need lot of money to take care of it. Why? It takes a lot of capital intensive. It needs a lot more money, right? So that is businesses. If you want to if you want to put a real estate, if you want to put a mall business, setting a mall business, let's take kind of example. So you want to construct a mall business. Let's assume you're going to do a mall business. You want to allocate a 10 crore for that mall. You construct it, you interior it, and you give a tenant, right? You give it to tenant, right? So it takes a lot of time in terms of lot of money to do that. Of course, you can consider as that amount as 10 crore. After the 5 years, right, that entire mall is going to give a 100 crores of returns. That is completely business, right? If you want to scale that business, you need another 10 crores of money to scale this business. So every time you want to scale this business, you need another 10 crores of infusion capital. If you want to add some kind of inflation to it, it takes another headway to you. Of course, if you do it, if you calculate it any kind of capex intensive business, this is a business, right? So you want to put a tea stall, of course it's a capex intensive. If you want to do a real estate, this kind of capital intensive business. And you can ask me, what is high growth business, boss? What is startup, right? This is an interesting thing. So if you look at Swiggy as Zomato, right? if i can order it if I can order it from, in the click of button, you'll get a coffee. In click of button, get a biryani, everything, right? So let's take this example. If let's take this example, you 2 decades ago, you want to go one particular destination to in terms of one garage to another destination, right? Let's assume this. In this destination, you want to reach within in terms of 1 day. Before that, you need to take care of that cab availability. You need to call that cab owner and saying that, hey boss, are you available for this day, right? And second thing, you'll be bargaining with in terms of fair price, right? And third thing, you'll be bargaining with whether the person is trusted or not, the source, right? These are the problem for in terms of for a cab bonus. What Ola and Uber solved is like in terms of time complexity. The time complexity is an interesting algorithm to understand. This is a computer science to algorithm. So what you generally do, you want to go for a home, you only find a shortest path to go home, right? You want in terms of go different street and you'll go home, right? So what you do, you'll find a shortest path to go home. The same thing Ola, Uber does. They'll find a time complexity. They find a time complexity algorithm in their application. So what they did is they did in terms of within the next order they'll be giving to you, right? So within this kind of model, you can build a large number of businesses, right? So startup is not something the new company you will be creating. The startup is searching most of the time on search. You will search, you will decide it, this model will work out, that model is never work out, right? So you can compare with startup with in terms of MNC, right? So MNC will focusing on execution. Will go at 9 a.m. in terms of do that some kind of SOP works, and you have to return back to the gong. But you are a startup founder, will be searching it. Like, what's the ideal customer profile? Yes, this profile is going to work me, and in terms of am I solving right problem or not? You'll be doing in terms of hypothesis work, right? So the model, which is in terms of searchable, repeatable, and scalable model, is called in terms of startup, right? If you look at startup, if you take any startup, right? So Ola, Uber, Nika, Flipkart, Amazon, right? That creates a repeatable, scalable business model. Once you build a model, you can't build a recurring build. In terms of recurring revenue, right? So right now you can build a repeatable, scalable businesses, right? What is scalable, right? Without putting a lot of money, a lot of capital in terms of money, that business easily can scalable. In this part, it's easily scalable, right? If you take the Ola, Uber, right? So if it's the technology adapted, of course the scalability is limitless. So I'm coming back to this, what as investors looks at your deck, right? So this is very, very important message you'll be looking at. They'll be looking at two things in your deck, whether it's a risk and reward. They'll be focusing on two things. You'll be saying that I'm going to change the world, that nothing matters to any investor, right? So if you want to build that sustainable company, and of course, yes, they only calculate risk reward. What it means, right? So risk. Let's say if I'm putting a 1 crore in a company, let's say you will be taking all the money and saying Tata bye bye to your investors, right? That is risk. They want to risk. In terms of they want to reward the company, right? They want to understand how much returns you can give it to the investors, right? Let's say this understand by taking this example. This Swiggy Zomato. Everyone know Swiggy Zomato, right? Everyone knows Swiggy Zomato, right? I'll take example of Zomato. At the first pre-seed round, one particular lady is invested in 10 lakhs of money. At IPO, how much she'll able to get it? Can you get able to sense how much money able to get it when that Zomato got listed? Any idea? 1 crore, 10 crore, any random number? 10x, 10x, 10x. 10x, 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 1 crore. Okay. I need much more answers from you. Jessica, you can also participate in that. So 10x. I didn't get you because you're on mute. Okay. So there is
more of their participation we need.
Okay. Fine. So fine. So if not able to believe it, in the first round she put a 10 lakhs. After that IPO, she got 256 crores of money, right? You can't get any investments. You can't match up with any investments. If you put any investor, if you want to put a real gold, that can give us like 12 to 14% returns year on year. If you put the same money in terms of real estate, that gives a 20 to 24% of returns. That also comes with the risk. If you put that money into different startups, right? According to Y Combinator, if you put the money in 10 startups, and of course 6 or 7 will be gone, that which means the investment amount will become zero, right? The remaining startups will give a maximum kind of returns, like Swiggy or Zomato, right? So this is how it's considered as an asset class. You can get the money from bank, right? The bank only give only do it for businesses in terms of scalable businesses. Not they'll only do a money for collateral. Without collateral you can get the money, but without collateral you can get the money from angel investors, right? So that kind of investors we are talking about. So especially, right, so they'll they'll take a risk, they'll not die. Right? So you need to understand your model will come up with a better risk, and same thing, you need to build some better rewards as well as. So you can ask me like whether for this can we have any masala packet for this, and of course I have prepared a masala packet for you people. Like, of course I have told that examples for tech enabled businesses, right? There are a lot of process you can make that company unique insights that can be a repeatable and scalable model that you can directly proportional to is a startup, right? So as I said, Swiggy, Zomato, and whatever company you can name it, if that is a technology enabled, that is also comes with the scalability, right? And of course, what I mean, right now I'll be taking in terms of non-tech businesses as well as. So I'll be let's assume you'll be working for a big MNC company. I'll setting a user persona. You'll be working for a MNC company. You'll be earning 2 lakhs per month, right? You'll joining a gym. You'll be joining a gym. You'll be going for a to buy a egg. Of course, you need protein. For that purpose, you're going for a to buy a egg. So in that case, you'll find two shops. In that one particular shop, that is a complete commodity egg that will be placed, and that next side there is a happy hens egg that will be placed next side. Let's take I don't want in terms of get motivational answer. I need a practical answer. If you are earning 2 lakhs per month, right? Which egg you will be preferring it? Happy hens or ordinary eggs? H or O? H or O? Comment it. H or O? H or O? Cheaper one. Oh, cheaper one. Why cheaper one? SRO. Okay. So mostly I'll be preferring most of that audience will, if you are earning 2 lakh per month, I don't want to in terms of taking less lakh because it is a less priced one. I'll go for a happy inch, right? Why? Because it gives a omega factor 3 factor extra. It could not able to match up with in terms of nutrition value. So only if you eat fish, you only get the omega 3 factor extra, right? So they have a correct formulation in terms of doing the patent while growing the hens. They have a process to do it, right? So that process is completely patent, right? If you still able to differentiate, if you able to come out of the commodity brand into making a premium brand, of course you are changing the complete process, right? That is businesses, that is completely scalable businesses. And of course there will be a huge market, right? And if you could be able to attract large enough market, significant market potential, and of course disruptive one. Look at chat gpt, right? Google takes Google takes 8 months to acquire a 1 million users, which means 10 lakhs users. And if you look at Microsoft, it takes like 1 year to acquire 1 million users. Chat gpt done in 3 days, right? That's the power of disruptive innovation. If you look at the existing customer traction, if you're having a good business and your good business is having a good traction in terms of revenue, businesses, customers, everything, right? And of course you can do better than, faster than, you're creating cheaper than existing solutions. And of course that model is creates maximum reward, minimize the risk, and directly contributes to venture scalability. That business is able to repeat in terms of scalability and everything, right? So that is important. And welcome to that session. This is very important to create if any investors wants to look at your pitch deck, these are the essential elements of this pitch deck, right? Take a snap out of it, and you can do a printout, whatever you want, right? This is important, right? So I'm coming back to this. So and of course you can create a cover slide. The cover slide is very important. The cover slide, the logo right side at the top is very important. You need to place your logo right side top, right? Because that eyesight is very important if any investors wants to look at your pitch deck. And of course that is very important. You need to take care of your logo right side top. And one liner is very important in terms of you need you're creating a paragraph explanation. We don't want to do that. Why? It's essential to understand. It's a layman language. Don't use jargons. No one want to understand your jargons. So do it in terms of simple, plain layman language that directly anyone can able to understand it, right? That is very important. And coming back to this, mission slide. See, mission slide is very, very simple. Mission slide you can create by creating a customers who is your customer, and X is, we have created a framework for this. X is your customer, right? For my case is startups. Y, customer problems, they could not able to raise funds faster, that's my customer's problem. Is that impacts, right? We are helping 10x faster to close the round, right? So this is my vision statement. We help startups to rise 10x faster, right? This is my mission statement. This is how you can frame your mission statement. This is how you can do it, right? This is my cover slide, this is my mission slide. And write problem. See, let's assume I have a fever, I'm going for a doctor. Let's say I got an appointment, I'll be teaching, I'll be telling that hey doctor, I have a fever, right? The very next question is how many days you got fever, right? So if you address your ideal customer's problem, right, come up with a data driven problem, right? So let's say these customers have this problem, come up with these customers have this much problem, this much percentage of the problem. Investors want to understand the severity of the problem statement, right? Don't talk about solution, talk about only problem. Most of the startup founders done a lot of mistakes in terms of they'll be talking the solution in problem slide itself. Don't do that. Don't do that. Okay, coming back to the solution, same 3 data driven use cases. We don't want we don't want here your futures, right? In terms of I have this AI futures, I have this blah blah futures which will give that impact. Don't do that. Don't sell your future. I mean, in terms of sell your impacts, right? This what are the impacts? Your in terms of let's assume this is a inefficient state your customer is sitting, right? You want to eradicate that inefficient state to efficient state. This is very important. You want to move that inefficient state to efficient state your customer, right? So you need to tell that kind of 3 data driven stories. And most of the startup founders are struggling to create that market size, right? What market size is simple to calculate. Let's assume as a startup founder you need to take care of your secondary market research. What it means, it's just googling. You need to identify, let's assume in overall India right now it's just 150,000 startups are sitting in terms of India everywhere. So within 7 years or 5 years, there is a 20 lakh startups are going to come. I take it as a off that number. Let's assume 10 lakhs is my customers. Let's say I'm thoughting in terms of in terms of putting 5k per my customer, right? So I'm talking about 500 crore businesses, right? That is overall TAM. That is India. I want to only focus on India. I take approximate customers and average tickets of my product, right? That's how you can do it. Let's assume your customer is so what and what ticket size you're planning to sell to your customer, right? Whether you have a multiple set of products, you can do it a multiple set of products. That's SAM, right? You want to subset of it, and of course you want to focus entire India, or you want to only focus on Bangalore, you can do it. Let's assume you have only 8k customers and you want to only charge it from 5k, right? 4 crore, right? That is a subset. You only focus on right now, you only focus on in terms of Karnataka, Bangalore, right? So and SOM is something so service obtainable market, total available market. This entire service available market, this is available one, this is obtainable one, which means your short term goal of your company, which means let's assume the entire Karnataka has the 4 crore. As your company, your co-founder has decided to only focus on 2 crore business within the limited period of time. Let's say within the 2 years you want to achieve the 2 crore. As that simple, right? Market size is not a rocket science. It's very, very important. You can easily calculate it. Okay. So coming back to the team, CEO, CTO, COO, CMO. Why? See, this is important because if you're a single co-founder, no one want to write a check for you, because we need as investors, be looking for in terms of past pedigree and as well as in terms of your past experience as well. That's why most of the people will looking to create these kind of people in your company, right? So who will handle your execution part, who will handle your tech part, who will handle your operations, who will handle your marketing part, right? So according to that, they look for relevance, what kind of experience, what kind of contributions you have contributed to that team, right? Why you are fit for CEO, why you are fit for CTO. We don't want your selfies to put this kind of slides, right? We want to see your past impacts. Let's say I have contributed, this company has grown this much, right? So I want to these kind of impacts. Team slide is the only factor you're going to get investment or not. This is important slide. You can't play with that actually. So most of the founders what will do is they take a selfie and do it. Don't do that. Behave like a professional and create a slighter bit in terms of professional image. Like competition is very very simple. Investors want to understand in terms of where you're positioning, right? So if there are a lot of toothpaste available in the market, if sensitivity is the case, and of course you directly hit the pace of Sensodyne, right? There are a lot of toothpaste available in the market. The sensitivity hits your in terms of here, you definitely remember what will happen in terms of sensitivity. That kind of pizza ladder we are talking about, right? That's a brand positioning it. That's a category creation. That is perpetual map. You need to come up with the terms of perpetual map. I'll show this what is perpetual map, right? So this is the perpetual map you're talking about. Let's say you want in terms of, if let's say your brand is your product is iPhone. If I want to place it iPhone, expensive and high quality, yes, and of course expensive and low quality, and of course you want to place some other brands, right? You need to come up with these kind of positioning statement to your presentation. Don't compare your futures to other competitor. Don't do that, right? So coming back to that, so financials, don't worry about that because you people are starting it. But unit economics is very very important. Let's say your selling price is 100 rupees. Your cost of manufacturing. So let's say you will be selling a T-shirt. Let's assume your T-shirt price is 60 rupees. You'll be spending a lot of time to do that, and every manufacturing cost, the entire cost is 60 rupees, right? You'll be selling for 100 rupees, and your gross margin is 4 rupees. Operational plus marketing is 5 rupees. Your net margin is 35 rupees, right? This is how you can calculate your unit economics. This is the napkin unit economics calculation. But the thing is, you need to do that. Without this, investors will not fund your businesses, right? The final thing is ask, and this is very important slide. How much money you'll be asking it, and the second thing, how will you spend it, right? That is very very important. Let's say also that how it can be utilized. Let's say like this, you have to mention it. Let's say you need a 10 million, 1 million, 5 crore, 10 crore, 1 crore, 10 lakhs, 5 lakhs, right? Whatever money, and you need to tell that, you need to split it. This much I need it for marketing, this much I need it for marketing, this much I need it for product development and team hiring, blah blah blah, right? So you need to come up with the segregation part. And of course, this is how we can do create a pitch deck. And thanks for this opportunity, Desika. I hope I have crossed 1 minute more. So sorry for
No,
that.
no. Thank you so much. Since we were short of time and we had multiple speakers, that is the only reason. But actually, we really thoroughly enjoyed your session, the background you gave, and the context that you set in. How simplified and simple, stupid understanding for a layman sort of aspect. That is the most important thing we needed, our students needed, and this was amazing in that aspect. Hats off to you and entire team of Start Insights. Your entire team is doing a brilliant job. We are very very glad that you are able to show us all the particular stages, all the particular steps that our students are going to foresee in their future. Thank you so much for your valuable time.